Welcome to the BBA podcast. My name is Zibby, and this is my second podcast episode of Big Brother Nigeria. Okay, it was a very, very interesting day in the house yesterday, which was Thursday, officially day 4 of Big Brother Nigeria. Okay, so the housemates have no idea that nominations and evictions are not holding this Sunday, but Big Brother decided to play a little mind game, and he informed the housemates that they had to campaign for likes, and the housemates with the fewest number of likes would be up for possible eviction. So Bisola, Efe, and Kemen were up first with their campaigns. It was all lighthearted, and it was fun. Of course, there still was that message, vote for me. And then Gifty stepped in, and he said, "Good afternoon, housemates," and the waterworks started. Now, Gifty has spoken about how she had a hard life, how her father died when she was a year old, her mother was, badly treated by the in-laws and stuff like that. So I guess all that became a bit too much for Gifty, and of course a bit too much for us as well, because after Gifty, it sort of became a campaign to see who could tell the saddest sob story and who could cry the most. Soma, actually, Soma had his own sob story about men wanting to, get in his pants, which is really weird. I think, there's certain things that you should just keep to yourself, or, people you trust, your family and friends, because the world is a judgmental place. So when you put stuff out there, you will be judged. So Soma had his own sob story, and Uriel, of course, we were all waiting for Uriel, because we all know Uriel is a tad dramatic. So we knew with Uriel is going to be a lot, and it was a lot, really. Uriel's mom apparently suffers from dementia, and she spoke about no money to take care of her mom and stuff like that. I was just a bit surprised, because, Uriel's mom lives in England, doesn't she? And there is something called the NHS, so why would your mom have to pay for treatments? It's free on the NHS, except you guys want to go private. But how many people actually go private in the UK? And even a lot of very wealthy people don't go private. So I don't know what's going on there and whatever decisions they're taking. But before the money for, going private or whatever comes, I think the NHS would do a pretty good job taking care of her mother. It's really sad. Dementia is something that I wouldn't wish on anyone. It's really tragic. Then, let's see. Thin told Tony. Now, Thin told Tony has made no secrets about his struggles while in the house. Apparently, he's had a hard life like everyone else. Some of us walk around with smiles on our faces, but we've all had our own share of life's wahala. Well, anyways, Thin told Tony was all dressed up, like someone going to a funeral, and he's like, now leave me remain for my house, and there's nothing. And Thin told Tony basically strips off his clothes. Now all the housemates start screaming and bawling like babies when they see that. So I was wondering, is there something wrong with Thin tells Tony's what? Or is it just like, oh my days, when a grown man decides to take off his clothes like this, it means it's some next level of desperation. So I couldn't really understand why they were crying so much, but I think I would feel really bad. Probably because, like, oh my God, you're a man, why would you do this? So that's probably why I would feel really bad. So I don't know if the housemates had their own individual reasons for crying, or it sort of became a contest of who could make everybody cry most, and then it sort of evolved to become who could cry the most. Yeah. So Kemen tried to say, people should have their emotions in check. Uriel was not having it, because Uriel was getting ready for her own waterworks, and it was really, really intense. Kinda. And then T-Boz. I like T-Boz. She's a pretty, pretty girl. And T-Boz spoke about her struggles with racism. Sad stuff. And, to be honest, I can't imagine what T-Buzz's mother was going through, being married to a black man in 1984 in Romania. That must have been crazy. It's 2017, and Romanians and a lot of people from Eastern Europe are not very receptive. And I can't imagine what it would have been like 32 years ago. So, T-Buzz's mom is the real MVP here. However, T-Buzz speaks about how men want to, have sex with her. That's what every girl goes through. So I didn't think it was particularly unique or anything that would make me cry, because all girls go through it. Ask any girl you know. Okay. And speaking about, how they didn't have new clothes at birthdays and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to say this. I've never lacked anything in my life. Maybe I'm lucky, but guess what? I did not have new clothes for my birthdays either. On birthdays, you had girls like, yeah, go to school, big deal, it's your birthday. My mom would wake you up and pray for you, and happy birthday, maybe when we come back, happy birthday. I have had birthday parties when I was younger, but I think out of all my siblings, I'm the one that probably had the fewest. So it wasn't a big deal to not have new clothes. Yeah, Christmas was an occasion for new clothes. Our parents came from a different era. And then wearing big shoes. T-balls, really? Yeah, a lot of us wore big shoes, and we stuffed tissues down in front, And some of us wore hand-me-downs as well. That does not signify a hard life, sister. So I couldn't really relate with T-balls' story. And then she spoke about how some of her friends want to introduce her to men because the men will sleep with them and give them money, and she can't do that. Well, if you have friends that are telling you that kind of stuff, then that means you definitely need to reassess your life and cut some friends out, because I can't imagine right now anyone that knows me, any of my friends, who come and tell me such crap. So you don't need to be hanging around such people, because I can understand. Oh yeah, T-Boz dropped a bombshell yesterday when she said there was someone who told her that if she wanted to get on Big Brother, all she needed to do was sleep with a big guy. Oh gosh, you know what? I'm gonna move on from that. I don't want to get on into all that sleeping with who, blah blah blah. But like I said, T-Boz's story was not very, emotional for me. I think she just kind of needed to cry. And then Beyonce's story was sad, and I didn't listen to his part, but I heard the housemates talk about his dad dying just before he came into the house, and he couldn't attend the funeral because of Big Brother. So but Beyonce doesn't think his life is any harder than anyone else's. I thought that was a very, very sad thing for anyone to go through. So yeah, but the campaigns just kept going on and on and on. And then I took my time with the diary sessions later at night. Now, after the likes, there were the likes, of course. And Marvis, Tony, they had very high likes. And the people up for nomination were Kemen, Coco Rice, like Big Brother calls her, T-Boz, Beyonce. Is this someone else? Maybe I'm missing someone, sorry. But anyways, Uriel was the head of house after Efe gracefully handed over his title to her for her birthday. So he decided to save Uriel decided to save Beyonce and put up Marvis. Now, I was surprised because, in the diary room, she had said that Bali and Sima were people she had gotten close to. And then later she changed her mind about Bali. But I really thought she and Bali had bonded quite a bit. So Bali later in the diary room did express disappointment that he wasn't saved by Uriel because he thought they had gotten along really, really well. I have to say, Marvis is a trooper. She's just so cool. Like, there's something about her. She's one of those people that don't need to try too hard to be cool, like effortlessly cool. So Marvis is now up for nomination, which are fake, of course, but the housemates do not know this. In fact, 2 new housemates are coming into the house on Sunday. So let's see how that goes. What I find very funny about Uriel is outside, with the other housemates, Uriel seems to be, very emotional, very shaky, but in the diary room, it's like there's a different Uriel. It's like Two-Face Harvey. So it's like, can the real Uriel please stand up? Can a real Uriel stand up? That was supposed to be a joke. I don't know if it turned out funny, but yeah. Okay, so that's about it. If you'd like to keep in touch, or you'd like to, tell me what you're thinking, or if you've got any comments, questions, I'm definitely here. I'm not editing this. This is live. So, you can tweet me at ZibbyJ. The website is thezibbyshow.com. This podcast will be available on iTunes, YouTube, Spreaker, TuneIn, whichever one is convenient for you. Don't forget to subscribe. My name is Zibby. Take care and have a lovely, lovely evening. Hopefully there will be some drama. I want drama. Drama. See you later.